So now that we got all this stuff, I might as well start doing some openings. So if you can't tell, we're going to open some BattleClaw stuff. I'll kind of explain as I go. It'll be more in detail when we do the history and everything else. And these right here are the Beast Builder packs. I talked about them when we got the whole shipment. It comes with one card, one that you can see, and then a one that is actually, it's sort of determined because these two have to be able to activate this card. So either way, it's sort of related. So we're opening up a red dragon. As you can see, the pack is beat to heck, but as I told the guy, I'm looking to open them. So I'm not a collector. I'm looking to actually play. So we pop that, take that out. It's a lot of packaging for so little. These went for about $4, if memory serves. So we have a King Coil, which is actually one of the better ones. You can see the, is that Earth? I think that's the Earth. And Fire, and it's got all these abilities. If you play one of the apes to it, it gets these bonuses, and that's a static one. So there's our red dragon. So the other one has to be an ape in order to, well, sorry, it doesn't have to be an ape, but it has to be wood of some sort. Let's see what it was. There we go. It was a earth, wood, whatever they're calling it these days. I don't even remember all the colors. So that's our start. Put the card there. I'll start piling the junk up over here. Actually, I have an empty bin. Let's bring that right here. We'll just start putting our guys, cards, junk can go over here. Then we have a yellow. I'm just going to call them by the color. Sorry. Yellow scorpion. So we'll see what we get. Okay. Come on. We have a cinder squid. So more than likely we have a squid behind it. Probably red. There we go. And it's... for considering that this is technically, it says the game is for age 7+, I'm definitely not giving them heck for making it, oh, I can predict, but you can't predict technically. I can't predict the card. I can't predict what the other one is, but we're seeing. So there's a blue rhino. Let's see if it comes true. That's metal. So we need a metal scorpion more than likely. We'll see if that's what we get. We get a metal scorpion. All right, so we're mostly able to kind of predict what's going on. If this was a game you were just getting into, I definitely would say that these are would have been a good pickup. I'm trying to keep it away from the mic. So, oh, come on, get out. There we go. These would have been a good pickup. Do you need all of them? No. Obviously, the set I bought was so that when we go to play it, I have... the colors and everything required. The only beast cards are coming out of it. I'm going to give you a tip if you guys are concerned. That's not a card. That, is a card-shaped object. It does not have a core like most of your card games do, so I'm going to be sleeving these just because they're basically card stock. The thinner of what that's made from. Think greeting cards. It's basically made from greeting cards. But again, it's a kid's game. You don't build stuff to last forever. So we have a green squid. So more than likely, I need a blue, and from the look of it, let's try and bring that into frame. Probably a blue beast or ape. We'll see. So it's gonna be water. Let's try and guess. I can't really even guess what that is. Sorry, right down there. I'm ridiculous. Let me get better lighting. There we go. So dragon. So you see how it says squid dragon? I have a green squid, so if it shows up with a blue dragon, I get bonuses for that. And it looks like a blue dragon. This guy. Okay, packaging. They actually used a plastic tie for the squid? That's new and annoying. Okay. Okay. That's annoying. Take a look at that guy. I like the design of that. So, we'll see. Alright, Cam. Sorry. Bounce the camera. That's on me. Going to the next one. So, we have a metal spider. That right there. So, that's a metal... I'm going to keep... Maybe that's That's Earth. I think that's Earth. Anyway, so I probably need an Earth Rhino. Survey says, show me potato salad. Right there, Earth Rhino. But it's also why I didn't buy a ton of these, because from everything I understand about this game, I need, these are going to be where my action cards come from, and so in order to play, the advanced game better, I need that. So last one, we have a water ape. Last of our $4 packs. So right there, I should have a metal snake that I need for that guy. And that's a metal snake. So, as someone who's played CCGs long enough, and I totally dropped my metal snake. Someone who's played these games long enough, I can say they were a good, like almost right at the beginning value. Now, these have tape along the sides. I cut one open just to kind of show you. And you pop it open, and it's very easily accessible. Now, obviously, this is a blind. The fact that they had tape along the side, and I'll show you, that's not very smart for the sake of, if someone were trying to steal these things. And I know it's a very terrible thing to say, but trust me, I knew people that one time or another stole magic cards from Walmart. It wasn't exactly like, they made it real hard there for a while. So inside, here we get one of the dual colors. So this is both, green and white, and it came with a +10 token. You don't need a ton of these things, but if you're just getting one pack or whatever, that's fine. It comes with 8 cards. Now, the back card is either an ultra rare or it's a boundary card that's part of a puzzle. I think there's 3 puzzles, so 27 total. This is where we get our action cards. Now, as you can imagine, action cards allow you to do one-shot stuff. There's another King Coil. These attached cards are kind of upgrades. You would spend this to untap your beast, because as guys attack, the winner stays tapped until the rest of the team attacks. There is a Scorpion Dragon. There's a Spider Squid. There's another action card. And these guys are very interesting. I'm not sure if they're be considered rares. I don't think these actually have very clear rarity, unless, except for like the hollow foil ones, whatever. But they have a lot more bonuses and a lot more text going on. So let's do a couple of packs. I got way more to open up. So again, I want to emphasize so if any of you have ever been to a Target or a Walmart or a Toys R Us, these would have been, on a peg hook, and where they were apparently is over in the actual games section, which is there's nothing wrong with that. I take a bunch, throw them in a cart. I go wandering around the store. I have, obviously, a small knife. If you had one of those little pen ones, you could easily pop that. Might not be able to see it perfectly. Go over here, pop that. And without actually breaking the packaging, I can get back in there. I can see at least what it was if I was looking for rainbows or whatever. Now, again, obviously, this game's gone. We don't have to worry about that. I'm just saying that sometimes the packaging needs a little bit better. So here is a single red snake and a coin. Here's our pack. That I can already tell you, that's a ruler card. I don't know what they're called, zone card, whatever. I'm going to try and not cut myself off screen. These were shrink wrapped really tight. That's why we have knives. Because if you try to rip the plastic off these, you have a chance of kind of creasing those. So Dragon Snake, you can start to see which ones kind of feel better than others. Because up here, if this was going up against any of the other beasts that has fire, it's not getting any bonuses. But there are other cards that add to their Wu-Jing bonus. So even though it says 0, other ones can make this a positive number, but it's still it won't change the type. That's my attack. That's my defense. This beast gets, +10 attack if it has a dragon on it. Well, 40 attack is whatever. There's another Tangle of Thorns. This guy is decent. Decent because of, that bonus, but I wouldn't, fill my deck with them. Again, you're seeing a lot of 30s. The +20 against metal. Metal's kind of common, so that's all right. may swap the location of any two Jinlins in the field. That's kind of good because there's going to be this literal field of Jinlins. I'll show you when I'll check a couple, for example. As you can see, this one's a little more complicated, not very good on attack, so you play it for its ability. There is, another action. There's another action. These sort of, ones that talk about either before or after you grab, not bad. If you grabbed one or more Jinlins, shoot again. Kind of good. If you grab a second time, you may not attack this turn. Not big. So, not bad. Let's go to the next one. Pop our sides. Move my thumb out of the way. I'm really worried about preserving this because they're all going to go in the trash. So we have another 2-color. This time a water fire dragon. We have another ruler card. Different puzzle. So there's another attach. So actually, there's an example. This Beast Woojing bonus becomes plus 20. So that one that had plus 0 would get that as a bonus. So even the lesser ones, still with these cards, can become viable. You want to call them enchantments, equipment, or whatever, if you're familiar with Magic and some of those other games. I mean, that guy's pretty good. All your untapped beats skip, so that would even count themselves. If you double grab this turn, add a plus 10 counter. So here we go. As you can see, the cut isn't perfect, but again, it's a kid's game, so whatever. Bait and switch. You choose to release any Jinlins. You grab this turn to the field. For each Jinlin release, you may take a Jinlin from the field. I'd say it's probably one of the best cards in the game. I can say that almost definitively, because that lets you actually target what you want to get. That's pretty good. Obviously, you need multi to do that. That looks like another. It's another ruler card. There's another 2-color, so that's always good. So we're finally starting to see some of the spider cards. Another action card. We got another dupe. I mean, we're going to see duplicates or definitely commons, uncommons, rares, that sort of stuff going on. There's another action. Wow, look at all that. That's some big artwork on that one. So we're going to finish out this stack, and I'll open one of the tournament ones and probably call that, because I'm sure at some point you actually want to do something else with your day. So let's pop that. Pop that. Come on. There we go. Ruler card. 2-color Jinlin. It was a Rhino, I believe. So, if I get this thing to focus. Dragon Spider. Obviously, that's an attach. Rhino Dragon. You can see those, it's a much favored attack. Another grab, which is good. Action. Another part of the puzzles. 2 more to go. So what, while I'm trying to pop this, one of the things that you see with this stuff, some of the stuff for this, this very much, obviously, these things were also, I think, were these also $4? They might have been $5. Obviously, this is where the game really gets expanded, and there was only one set. The game released like right during the bankruptcy window. So right there, we have a dragon, but it released during the Toys R Us bankruptcy window, if memory serves. Because like Toys R Us was announcing restructuring February, this launched in like March. So I mean, well, that guy is entertaining. You can see a really good defensive body, because the one win condition is to defeat 4 of your opponent's beasts. So if you have some really tough beasts, you might be able to hang out for a while. In the advanced game, you can be building 2 beasts at the same time, which is good, obviously, because it gives you more opportunity. So that's there. This is just a green ape, which is fine. You don't always need 2 colors, because the thing is, though, whatever pieces you bring to the battlefield, or whatever they call it, the field, your opponent can catch them too. So if you have really good pieces all over the place, they might be snagging your stuff first. Tree squid, fantastic. So that's one of those. If you've played Magic or some other games, it's a board reset. That's That's definitely a more advanced card. I'm sure a lot of younger players didn't see the point to that card, but if you're behind, it might help. Let's do one more for luck from one of these random ones. Let's grab this one. Last booster, then we'll get to the tournament pack, and we'll go from there. Can I try? No, I can't really see that. I can't act as though, like, if they were sealed, if I could have, because I could technically, there's a 3-way tape. Like, if you cut all the tape, you could, technically peek in there to see if there's an ultra rare, but that's a lot of effort. That is a metal squid. I think the game, and I'm not even going to say for what it was, just period, is a very entertaining, idea of, because you have a good mix. You have the permanents, the attaches. You have the fact that you have the pentagram, the woojing of the 5 elements, and then you have the combinations, and then you have some action cards to mess with it. You had 5 different claws. There was a lot of variety in this, so I started this earlier just to open it up. This was glued, so of course that means this package is getting wrecked. So here is we'll do the White Frost. What's entertaining about this is I was opening it up with a certain expectation. Now I'm just cutting some extra tape and everything else to try and get this thing out of there. I'll let you take a moment to see something is missing. Now, it's not the dealer didn't rip me off. I can go over here on the contents. There's no rulebook. There's no rulebook included in this. So, there's that. Basically, the tournament pack is like, hey, so already know how to play and you just want more professional level stuff. I'm like, what if I didn't already know how to play? So, let me get this thing out of here. Just look at the cards real quick. Again, these are fixed. You can tell by the mold that these are fixed. The Scorpion has a little edge out for that. So the White Claw tournament starter is a fixed product, which again, it's perfectly fine. All right, there we go. So here is what the ultra rares sort of look like. So you see you get one of those. There's an attach, another attach, another attach, duplicate attach, action that has grabbing, which is good, another before grab, after you grab, repeat, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 beasts. So even watching the videos, and of course my ultra rare has a little bit of a fold to it. Like I said, not great cardstock. The videos, you can even find them on YouTube. You just type in BattleClaw, one word, rules, and then the advanced rules are where these come in. They're saying you should run, but in a 17-card deck, that's what this is, between 8 to 10 beasts, and this runs 9, so it's right down the middle, and it runs a mix of stuff. It has some repetition. I really hate to say it, because usually you like to, take a mean little dump on toy companies. This is, again, it's a game that's based on balance, that had balance in design, which I can't understate how important that is to actually get that. Now, as far as the field, so imagine this is our field. I'll move this out of the way. Each person in tournament play, you have to bring one of every element and then 7 total pieces. You cannot repeat the same monster more than twice. So let's see. I have all these. That complies. There we go. That complies. So I take them and I would drop them in, and my opponent would do the same, assuming that we have the same. And then we would take our BattleClaw, throw it out, grab, and try to pull them back in. So it's a cheeky little game of skill. I understand. I just use the word cheeky. I think there are so many good elements for parents, kids, families of a lot of ages, and it's not even that it's about letting yourself be silly, because there's also card play. If the basic game is you simply set up your, let's find three. There we go. Three monsters. You just have your three, charge them up, whatever. Your opponent's goal is to knock those three out. Okay. Then when you get to advanced, you have a deck of cards with actions, with attaches. You have to sometimes be concerned about card draw, because when you catch a beast, you bring it back, you either set it on your monster or you chuck it back. Now, when you chuck it back, you can be using that to pay for your attaches. You can use to pay for your action cards. You can use it to put one of these plus 10 on your beasts. And in the advanced play, you can also do that to draw a card, because you might just need more cards. The game is technically complete. Not just in the sense that there was only one set, it's out of print, everything else. There were not any exclusive pieces to any of the sets, to my knowledge. There, as you saw here in these booster packs, in the booster packs, I still can get solid pieces. Now, obviously, the booster packs are the better place to get the two, the two color ones. And obviously, in the beast builders, you're guaranteed getting a solid single color one. That's fine. If you really, for example, if you truly absolutely needed, say, a red squid. So instead of buying boosters, you could go to the beast builders and just see that one that we had with the beast squid, or with the red squid. You can absolutely just buy a red squid, knowing 100% ahead of time that's what you're getting for spending $4, but you're also getting a second one and a card. Okay. Well, there's also then the blind bags. Now, the blind bags were little bags about this size, obviously opaque, and you just got a Jinlin. They were $2. You got a Jinlin only. And I will definitely be discussing that at another time, but it amazes me the diversity of the product offered at different commitment levels. And obviously that sounds a very grown-up way of describing that they just released enough stuff. But you had the tournament starters. So if you wanted to play advanced without buying several boosters or worrying about crafting a deck, you could do that instantaneously. If you want to get two players into advanced play, you buy two of those. Now, there were only the two tournament stars, the two I showed. There were kind of the character packs, which had the two characters that were in the two-player starter, as well as the fifth character. That was the only way to get her, was to get her as the character pack, which was 3 beast cards, the 3 appropriate Jinlins to play them, all solid one-color ones. And a couple 2-3 tokens. So the character packs can play the basic game. The two-player starter plays the basic game. The tournament packs are what we needed to play the advanced level game. And then you had the ability to get the beast builders, which gave you a new card, 2 beasts, one of which you knew ahead of time. You had the way to just blindly get single Jinlins only if you just need Jinlins, that seems like that was a more niche thing. That's like if you were doing basic play only and you just need a few more of those in your collection. Although technically, if you just needed more Jinlins for whatever reason, yes, that was possible. But obviously, the bread and butter of advanced play were the booster packs, because that's where you got your action and your attached cards, as well as the 2-color Jinlins, the rainbow Jinlins. And again, I just from the 6 beast builders that we opened, I did not see any 2-color. I did not see any rainbow. Is that possible? There's no way to really determine that. None of that information is freely available. But there we go. That's about a nice little tirade of me opening some stuff. I I think, you know what, let's just pop that other tournament one just to kind of show you, just in the off chance that you were intrigued and you want to skip right into it. That way you kind of know, or if you want to reset a deck or whatever. I'll do it for the sake of historic value, because that ultimately is my goal, is kind of preserving some of the history on some of these things. And apparently, if you open these things from the flat side, you're going to be fighting tooth and nail to open these. So that stinks, guys. I really got to wreck this package now. Thanks. You can't see it, but I'm really struggling with this thing. Come on. Of course. Oh, I'm gonna have to cut through some plastic. How's that, guys? You wanna do it that way? We'll do it that way. It's a lot of tape and glue for a kid's game. Aha. Apparently, I am mistaken. This one, so that one might have been defective. I actually did, in fact, have the advanced rulebook. Take that, universe. I was wondering why there weren't rules. I'm sorry for being so dense, but seriously, that other one did not have a rule book. I don't know how that happened, but it didn't. So, slide the whole tray out, find the rule book. So here we are, the fire. I mean, that thing's vicious looking. Obviously, your 6 Jinlins, because again, they tell you have to bring all 5. And then 2 more, up to 2 more, and they're giving you a rainbow. So this technically is compliant with the advanced rules. Boom, right away, this is ready to go. And all things said and done, if you guys are if someone's selling a 2-pack of the 2 tournament starters, if you're curious about this, I think it's a really cool place to start. You get to play the legit full game right then and there. So let's get that in camera. Thunder Lizard. Thing's pretty mean looking. There we go. We got an attach, unattach, duplicate attaches. There's a grab, a grab, a grab, a grab. This feels like the other one only had 3. And then your monsters. And the duplication is perfectly fine. For it being the fact that you would shuffle this and play. The duplication means you have the consistency, and in some of these games, consistency really does help. This thing folds out quite large. Is it a different language? Yes, it's a different language on the other side. So we have a nice fat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panel book. Very good size print. Everything's very clear. I know it sounds like I'm really just going on and on and on about it, but this thing really impresses me for how well the game was put together, how well the game was sold, that sort of thing, because Mattel is actually the partner in this. They weren't the designer. It was the Chinese company. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get it, am I? Young. They were the ones that approached Mattel to do this. So this actually was the reason. Obviously, it's based on the Chinese Wujing is, well, it's Chinese. For no other way to say, well, it's Chinese. So, I mean, it's a pretty good haul. You can keep an eye out on this. I make some deals on eBay for this stuff relatively easy. People that are sitting on this stuff, I really do. I sort, and if something doesn't look like the price is good, just sort, find the ones that are, let's make a deal, because it's a game you might play and throw away. It's a game you might actually really like. But so that's BattleClaw. That's some opening, a little bit of the rules. You kind of can see what you're in for. And I'm going to open some other packs off stage, and I'm sure they're not going to be as entertaining. So look for our history video for BattleClaw. Look for our discussion of BattleClaw in that episode. Like, share, subscribe to try and help us build the channel. That's always appreciated. This is a philanthropy. So going all PBS, it is supported by our patrons on Patreon, patreon.com/cardboard.resurrection. This is about a deep dive. This is about preserving history. And if you want to have a hand in helping us do that, if you want to help point to where we should go next, all of that is available. Until next time.